Greetings and welcome to the start of Day 2 of our virtual presentation of the 2020 EDDE Awards for AAED. A few years ago, also in Tucson, some of you will remember that we had a Kentucky Derby theme. When the Kentucky Derby is run on the right weekend, it frequently conflicts with AAED, at least from my personal perspective, because I'm usually in Vegas with my buddies getting ready to bet on the horses. This particular year, however, I was present in Tucson, and for hearkening back to that, we will now be presenting the EDDE Award for Medium Organization of the Year. Last year's winner was the City of Goodyear, and now for the revelation of the 2020 award winner.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's so exciting. Well, thank you. Okay, that is a really big surprise. I am so thankful to be able to receive this. I mean, our whole organization has worked so hard, and this is amazing to have that opportunity to accept it. Thank you so much. So I'm Jennifer Lindley. I'm currently the Downtown Development Manager for the town of Queen Creek. I have been in the downtown world for a number of years. I previously served as the Executive Director for the Downtown Chandler Community Partnership, and I also worked at East Valley Partnership prior to that. So I've been in economic development for a number of years, and I absolutely love it, but my real focus and my real passion has been on downtown. So our team at Queen Creek is small but mighty. My role has evolved over the last several years to really focus on our downtown. We are a very young community, and so we are growing rapidly, and we're seeing a lot of growth in the downtown area. So the best practices that we have in our toolbox right now, for Queen Creek specifically, was really the ability to pivot quickly. So once the pandemic kind of popped up, I guess, we went to our town council. We put together a package called QC Together, which had a number of different programs that have evolved and we're still allowing today, or still doing today. So the first program was our reimbursement for PPE equipment. And so we had a grant program that small businesses could apply for that allowed $500 per full-time employee to be reimbursed for PPE equipment. Which has been very successful for us, and we've seen a number of small businesses that have applied, and we've been able to help. We have also partnered with a company called Hound, which provides gift vouchers, promotions, and our town council was very forward thinking and again able to pivot very quickly in order to make sure that we were able to help small businesses as quickly as possible. So Queen Creek has really been very collaborative with our partners and the other communities that are around us in the East Valley. So one of the things that we're actually doing this week is the National League of Cities with a few of the other communities, and we're partnering with them for a webinar. We also really want to support our entrepreneurs again and small businesses in our community, and so we partner with other East Valley communities to host an event called E-Week, Entrepreneurship Week. We come together, we each host individually our own events. We also come together as a group to promote it. So it's a great opportunity for us to show and to really showcase how we work well together. So the future is bright for Queen Creek. As I mentioned, we are a very young community, and so we are hopeful with a lot of the investments and strategic investments that we've been placing on our downtown, that we will see those come to fruition in the next 10 to 20 years. You know, as a community that's only 30 years young, as I like to say, we are hopeful that what we're doing today is really going to help us position us for the future, for that 10 to 20 year mark.
Next award up today is the EDDE for Large Organization of the Year. Harkening back almost 20 years ago, some of you, well, maybe none of you, will remember the fact that we went to the city of Prescott for a 20s and 30s themed EDDE Awards presentation, walking from the Hacienda Hotel across the street to the Elks Theater, where the presentation took place on stage. Many of the attendees were in flapper outfits for the women and zoot suits for the men, and so that's my costume this time. I found the actual suit in the closet, but it doesn't fit anymore. So let's stay tuned to find out who this year's winner is for AAED's 2020 Large Organization of the Year.
Oh, well, great. This is a county award. This is truly, I don't do anything myself, believe me. I don't get the budget, I don't get anything, but this is a board of supervisors and our leadership. This is what it takes to get this done. But, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. My name is Tim Knavel. I'm the Director for Economic and Workforce Development at Pinal County. My role at the county has changed dramatically over the last few years. It went from a program, simply a program that we were trying to establish different parts of the economic development process throughout the county, to now it was created into a department. Then we absorbed what is now the Workforce Development Department. So now it's Economic and Workforce Development Department, the entire. So it went from a year ago, it was just one employee. Now there's going to be 8 of us, and now we're going to be getting a 9th person here soon. So it has dramatically increased, really because of what is occurring within the county. It's amazing the transformation even in our county, how much we've grown, our growth rate, and the amount of economic development projects we've been able to locate within just the last few years. You got to take this in steps and stages, and we've been fairly successful at it. Now, we've not always succeeded 100%, but that's our goal. A lot of the keys to the growth of that was simply because of the new people that are coming into the county. Our growth rate's 2.8%. It's extremely high. They have different ideas than the people that had lived there for generations. They come in from different states and have different ideas what they're expecting out of what they want their life to be in Pinal County in Arizona, and that is they want to have good jobs, they want to have good schools, they want to have good homes to live in, they want to have a good, safe police department or sheriff's department in our case. Those opportunities we have to create for them, and that's what they demand, and that's what they vote. A lot of the big wins that we've had in our county, certainly within 2019, is Lucid Motors is now starting to actually produce cars. So they'll be producing their first cars for sale. I believe it'll be beginning of December, sometime mid-December, but certainly before the end of the year. Our county has transformed itself in about 10 years. It has transformed itself from a very much of an agriculture, mining, and a few manufacturing to really a recognized, very fast-moving, very powerful economic engine. No one ever expected that. And that's one of the things I think that is probably the most surprising of probably everybody in Arizona is all of a sudden now we're competing not only just in the state, but with other states, but internationally for a project. We're working on 4 great big international projects right now. Nobody would ever have expected that in Pinal County. Not even 5 years ago, let alone 10 years ago. It would have been almost impossible to think. And I think that's probably the greatest thing that we've been able to accomplish is we have taken the concept, what everybody perceived what Pinal County was, now it's this. And we've done it very, very quickly. What used to take decades, we've been able to accomplish in just about 5 years flat, really. And I think people will be more surprised probably with what we're going to be able to announce in probably the next 3 years. These are going to be some pretty big-sized projects. We're working on the Arizona Innovation Technology Corridor. It includes Maricopa County, Pinal County, Pima County. Now they're talking about extending all the way to Hermosillo, Mexico. We haven't even really advertised this or marketed this corridor, but yet we're getting a lot of questions and people from out of state. Okay, what is this all about? We're not even sure they really ever heard about it. But it's like, okay, what's this corridor about? What's it? Oh, here it is, so we're putting it together. So we're going through the stages of that to put it together. So there's a lot of big things on the horizon for Pinal County.
I'm back. One of the many EDDE Awards banquets that I've missed over the last few years because I was busy rolling dice in Las Vegas was the one that was themed Hawaiian, Polynesian. So I've put on my best Jimmy Buffett costume. This particular award will be given to the 2020 Workforce Practitioner of the Year. Our 2019 winner was Ian Rourke from Pima Community College.
This isn't supposed to be caught on camera, is it? Wow.
Here you go.
Wow. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm not speechless too often, but I'm speechless. I had no idea, and some people are in trouble. Aaron Moon, Arizona at Work, Pinal County Workforce Development Deputy Director. I've been with the county for just 5 years. I spent 20 years in the United States Navy and retired out of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. before making my way to the desert. So that's always interesting when people ask about my background. It's like I went from tropical paradise to, I guess, a desert paradise in some way. Opportunity opened up in Pinal about the same time I finished my master's program, and I took it. And my role there is Deputy Director of Workforce Development. I've enjoyed it. I kind of oversee the workforce system as a whole. So that's all the partners and coordination and our local workforce board there. So kind of dabble in a lot of things workforce development. I do love the economic development side as well, work really close with our economic development partners throughout Pinal County. Lucid Motors was actually my first involvement in Pinal County with economic development. I walked into this meeting and really didn't know, it had a secret code project name at the time. They wanted some workforce numbers, and I remember the consultant that was there on behalf of Lucid, she's just drilling everybody, asking questions, and I'm like, please don't call them workforce, please don't call them workforce, please don't call them workforce. Because the numbers we had, they were kind of representative of the public workforce system, which is, what we primarily oversee. And I was like, this is bigger than this, what Lucid's looking for is bigger than this. Then years later, the project finally came to fruition. They chose Casa Grande, thank goodness. And my role became to help them identify their workforce. So what I did was, I'm working with the ACA and other state Arizona work partners and Pinal County team. We took Lucid's hourly positions. That's what they decided to work with us on. We recruit for them. We'll do pre-screenings for them. We'll actually schedule interviews for them, and then we go ahead and send them on their way. So as of today, we have right around 170 placements for Lucid. So I mean, doing great stuff, exactly. And that's all credit to the team. I always tell people that I'll set the stage for you, then I'm have great people around me, then I'm gonna get out of their way and let them do their thing, and that's exactly what's happened down there. So I mean, we started off with Tractor Supply, learned lessons from there, applied some of those lessons to Lucid, kind of expanded the model a little bit, and now we have a nice little standard. So Nikola Motors is on a cusp of all this, of everything that we're doing right now. And essentially what was been presented to Nikola was a replica of what we did for Lucid, but then we kind of customized it to meet the Nikola mode. So some of the best practices it's really leveraging the functions of the workforce system that are already in place. I mean, we really didn't need to create anything new. The system's already doing a lot of what Lucid needed. It's just how to directly apply what the system does to their needs. So it's total customization. I mean, the biggest thing is, I'm not a one-man show for sure, and I wish I could have brought the entire team up here that's really supported this effort. I'll tell anybody in a heartbeat, they're the ones doing the bread and butter every day. They're doing the work, they're doing the daily grind. Again, I kind of set the stage, made initial contacts, broke the ground. Develop those relationships, but then hand it off to the team that really does the everyday grind. They're out there, they're making the phone calls, they're doing the screenings, they're scheduling the interviews, they're working with that HR department, they're having daily meetings. And really at this point in time, I mean, the whole thing is just rocking and rolling. They're just kind of keeping me informed, and I'll tell, if they have any obstacles, I'll kick them out of their way and let them keep doing what they do, because that's where the work needs to be. So.